Good evening, everybody. How are we all doing? You welcome myself, the Castatistics, and Jay Tyler. How are you doing?
I'm good today. How are you?
I'm not too bad, thank you. Um, well, we're here once again. Apologies for last week. Neither of us were here, if I'm correct in saying. You were working, weren't you?
Yeah, I got called in last minute, so
Yeah,
it was amazing.
there's
Really was,
quality.
really was.
So, since you didn't see what happened last race, let's take a little look at the driver standings and see what it's looking like at the moment. As of right now, very close up at the top. Shissy is currently leading the Drivers' Championship with 65 points, but Twisted win the McLaren on 64 points. So a single point between them. That comes from a very good race from Twisted there. He obviously picked up the win in China. You can see with a P2 for Shissy. So both drivers in, by the looks of it, really good form, other than that DNF for Twisted in Baku. Above that, though, Suarez and the McLaren, he's on 52 points. He's sort of by himself at the moment, but a nice three in a row, triple podiums for him. It's all P3s, but you know what? Podiums nevertheless. He'll be more than happy with those. And if we just take a little look at the constructor standings whilst we're at it, and it is AlphaTauri on top, picking up nearly like some really, really good wins so far with Wilson and Donique. 95 points for them. 4 points then to the Alpine team of Shizzy and Krypton, who have picked up only 2 wins, but it is still just a 4-point difference. So that should be a good little fight at the top. Obviously, we're here in Mexico, as you may have noticed, and I think it's going to be a pretty good little race, actually.
Yeah, I think obviously Mexico, action-packed, shorter circuit though, the highest circuit above sea level. On the calendar, a lot of oxygen wasted around here as well. As Donique sets a 15.6 to begin the qualifying session, I believe Death Raven will be the next one across the line. It will be, and he goes onto a 16.4. So a 15.6 to start off the qualifying, not too shabby.
Yes, indeed. So, as of right now, obviously you've got that 15.
Oh,
Oh, what's gone wrong? There's Janus and GMAC out of qualifying. What happened there? Do you know? Do
I
you see it?
believe Mika and GMAC have had an incident, or GMAC's gone wide and Mika's just hit him or something. But caught the end of it. I saw GMAC went off and hit the wall, so I'm assuming probably been a bit of a coincidence, a collection between both of the drivers as they've hit each other, or something like that. Down like straight into their section.
Yeah, not ideal for them whatsoever. As of right now, just 7 drivers, now 8 drivers have completed a lap. Make that 9 as more and more are coming around this final corner here. Donique still holds the time, whereas Twisted just a tenth and a half down. There's Mika going into the pits, and Krypton with a very close qualifying time actually to Donique, but he's scraped it. It's half a tenth. He'll be more than happy with that one.
Yeah, the championship leader, Chissy, invalidated his first lap, so he'll be going. I don't think he'll go again. I think he'll box in. But yeah, decent lap. For 5,500 separating them between the top two, between Krypton and Donique. I don't think Krypton's anywhere near the championship, is he? From my recollection. But obviously still a lot of rounds to go. Obviously we travel to Europe next week in the Monaco without the barriers, Hungary. So we will see how the drivers get on there. But obviously Mexico, as I was saying, it's a track you can overtake it. As Twisted, is he on another lap? No, it's like 3 seconds down. But yeah, you know.
Got about 8% ERS as well, so I think it's probably a good idea to stay off of that one. Right, so that's most of the drivers then coming into the pit lane. If not, they're coming round to pit, as pretty much everybody decided to go out for a lap then. Obviously not everybody finished their laps, but most people went for it. Here's Tommy Salad. Toss my salad. Oh, that is a brilliant username. Just starting his lap there in the AlphaTauri. Real Porty as well. Also on a lap by the looks of it. Yeah, definitely, as he comes into Sector 3 now. Into the stadium. Nice. Pretty decent out of there. Real Porty has been a pretty good driver all round this season. Sneaking some really good results here. And let's see what he can do on his first lap. It's P8 for now. 8/10 off of Krypton. Once again, quite a tightly... Yeah, go ahead.
So I was going to say, Paudy's, I think if this is the Paudy I think it is, which I believe it will be, he's been around for absolutely ages, since the very beginning of PSGL. He's a proper legend here. He's still racing, so fair play to him. But I was going to say, Carl, if I can give you a nice little trivia question. That stadium section, what sport did it host? Sport down, obviously an F1, part of the F1 calendar.
That is a brilliant question that I don't know the answer to, but I'm going to take a wild guess. And I'm going to say, by its shape, I'm going to go with baseball.
Yeah, well done. It was baseball. I don't remember the team, but it did host a very famous Mexican baseball team until 2015, and they moved stadium. Not very far though. They moved down into Turn 1. There was a stadium that I don't know if it will show on the game, but you know, as you're loading into the track, there's a stadium on the outskirts of the Turn 1, 2, 3 section, and yeah, that's where they now play their baseball.
What a lovely little bit of trivia that was.
You can kind of see it if you go on Mighty One by gone through now, or gone to one of those guys that are going to Turn 1 and 2, and look to the right, you can kind of see the roofing of the stadium.
Yes.
On the right hand side. So yeah, that's a bit of trivia for you. Obviously, since they kind of forced to move, as yeah, things they also used to drive around it, didn't they? They don't anymore.
Well, it was not a very good lap for Tosma Salad. 23 seconds down. So obviously there's been a mistake within Sector 2 or 3 because Sector 1 was just 9 thousandths quicker than his original. Looking ahead as well, Zar Tom is about to get himself underway on a lap. That's P12 in the Williams. But that Demorts...
He's gone round.
Has he gone round, has he?
Tosma Salad has gone round at the S section. Seems like he's going to be struggling today.
Oh, yeah,
but I think he might have just gone to the curbing a little bit too much and went round.
Indeed. Well, pretty much most drivers out on track at the moment. Majority on fast laps by the looks of it as well, including in laps. And there goes Krypton. He is starting a lap now, so keep an eye on that Alpine as he goes round. Donique and Twisted also on out laps along with Suarez. So top 4 getting themselves ready to go again, as I believe Mika has just started a lap here, and yet he's probably going to want to get past these 2 cars of traffic. Does so easily.
Mika's just gone P5.
Oh, was he just gone P5?
Yes.
Perfect.
Krypton 28.3 in the first sector then, so quicker than the previous time. Obviously, comes down to double right-hander. Does that navigate that quite well. I believe it's a fire in the wall there. I think it might be Suarez who's spun around. Yep. Donique, is he on a lap? No, it's the start of his lap though. And now for the S section. Bit of an oversteer movement. Round. Again, the curbs are deadly in the S section, and that's an example there where he's lucky not to lose his front wheel there actually. So you can count yourself lucky. Get the fix in. Just go back out. Suspend your pole position. Donique has now started his lap in P2, and so has Twisted in P3.
Well, this will be an important lap for him as he's just gone purple in Sector 1, considerably faster than Krypton now. Even if he keeps Sector 2 and 3 identical, it's 1 1/4 tenths faster after Sector 1, and now he's about to go through Sector 2, the place where Krypton has had his nightmares. So long as he can keep it on the ground, which he has done. Final corner, a lot tighter than it used to be, but no, it's invalidated, and he's just pushed himself a little bit too wide. So that'll be Donique's lap over. Twisted just about to go for the same thing, but he's down on his time at the moment, so he's going to need a big run through Sector 2 and 3 here if he wants to try and put a lap together. Nicely held through Sector 2, and it's really quick through Sector 2. He's just gained about a sort of 1/10.5 on his time through Sector 1. Now we'll have to see 3, the slowest of the lot. Through he goes round the final corner. Let's see, can he put himself in with the big ones? It's P3
Oh,
and it's really close to Donique. 300ths
his
of a second.
his championship rival has gone P4 as well. So onto the second row of the grid. I will look at. I don't know if Dominique's actually got a shout within the championship, but I think he might be third. If I'm not wrong. I will be having a look.
Well, whilst he does that, let's have a little look. There's Donique just coming round once again. He decided to go for another lap, and he's invalidated again by the looks of it. Not ideal for him, just losing out on a bit of time there. There's Stiggy, he's just started. Oh no, I think he's just finished lap there. P6 as of right now. Milo, P9 for the Aston Martin on outlap, along with Mighty Wombat in P11. There's Real Pordy, he's taking it slow, he's about to get himself going. Captain just coming into the pits along with Wundex. Go ahead.
I was going to say the 4 championship contenders, protagonists, are 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th. With Donique, Twisted, Chissy and Suarez all together. Krypton's 40 points back, but Donique's the third with back of 18, and Suarez I believe 16 or 17, and obviously Twisted and Chissy are 1 point separates them. Wow.
Well, it's interesting to have Krypton as the front man at the moment, considering he's picked up a win this season for the Alpine team. That was in France. But other than that, he's picked up 3 points, 7 points, and then 2 0 points, and then 2 did not start. So it's not been an ideal season other than that win, and now what could be a fastest lap. Pole position, sorry.
Fast as that. Yeah, but then again, you have certain tracks like with me in China. I just love China, and you just have a certain tracks where you just get along with the circuit. You know what you're doing, and some tracks are your worst. Like for example, probably you in Bahrain. That's what we saw earlier on in the season.
Ouch.
But yeah, no, it is weird. As Milo done a 28-2 first sector, by the way.
I just saw purple sector 1.
I don't think it will be purple, so I think Donique was lit. Oh no, he validated, didn't he? So it will be purple. Actually, so yeah, if he can keep this tidy, this could be a one hell of a lap. And Milo, he's lagging a little bit. I don't know if that was me or if that's Milo. He's gonna come
Invalidated.
Too much throttle, too much turning angle. Sorry, not throttle angle. Too much turning angle.
I have a
think he's
feeling.
lagging, isn't he?
I have a feeling that Sector 2 is going to pick up penalties this season, this race.
Oh, Luca invalidates that turn 3. So both the guys on track have invalidated their laps. Luca's still going for it though. Maybe he's just rushing back to get to the pit lane, to be fair.
Yeah, it would make sense. We've got 3 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. So still enough time for him to probably get back and fit a fresh set to go. He's obviously the last only man out on track at the moment. It'll be a push, but I think it's possible.
Well, a Ferrari of the Ferrari of real board has just come out. Excuse me. But yeah, but first for 13 by the way, 8 temps. That's not too bad. Not too bad. Oh, Luca, you don't want me doing. I think you've got, left to go for the pitch, mate. Don't want to spin. Yeah, championship leader Tiffy out there for the protagonists all gunning for the title. I believe it. Is Twisted far next, isn't it?
Yeah, Twisted's next out, the only McLaren. Who's the one driver that's missing? Who's he drive for? Red Bull. Yeah, Red Bull. Only the one Red Bull driver. Did you? You figured it out earlier, did you?
Yeah, I figured it out early.
I bet you've been waiting for me to ask that question for a while now, haven't you?
I have, yeah, I have. It's like, also you have the Jack Fun facts and who is missing, what drivers, what team is missing on the grid. That's what's going to happen every week in these segments. And long may it continue if we're together next season for F1 23.
Should be good. Let's just hope for a good game.
Yeah, definitely. I think it will be good. It'd be nice to have the likes of Las Vegas and Qatar as well in the calendar, in the game. I think Las Vegas would be quite a good drive. I'm very good at new circuits, so I feel like I've been quite good at Las Vegas. But anyway, championship leader Chinky starting his lap. I think he was second behind Paulie, wasn't he? But the traffic that Chissy might have to navigate, I do not expect him to be improving on this lap.
Yeah, well, it is going to be... It is going to be very difficult for him to do. He's already got 3 cars just in front of him. Past that, it's another whole batch of cars, and he's going to get past this Mercedes nice and easily. And then I doubt he'll have...
Off as well.
They will. Hopefully, they all stay out the way and sort of respect the rules of a running car in a hot lap. As of right now, they're not, I wouldn't say just about far enough in front to not receive any dirty air, but it's important to not invalidate, and yeah, he's done just that. So
if he backs off now, he can probably get a bit of VRS. He's not backing off, but he just going. He's up by 99. I think he's going to finish the lap, isn't he?
Well, Twisted is next. He's P3 at the moment, and he is up on his time substantially, over 1/10 of a second, which would put him on provisional pole, but it's down heading now into Sector 3. He's going to have to put in a really good Sector 3 here if he wants to put it on pole position. Needs about 600ths of a second, and oh, there he goes into the wall. A very big spin there, so that takes Twisted out of this qualifying session.
Out of the protagonist. Suarez is next. He's up by 4/10 of a second.
That's a big gap.
Oh, a bit of a back end loss moment there. He's to carry a bit too much.
He's kept it together. So now into the final corner.
P3 maybe. I don't think it'll be pole after that last sector, but he comes across the line 6 to the right. It's P4. Sector cost him.
And there we go. That's qualifying over. Krypton next through, actually, one of the front runners. He is up on his time. It's the fastest Sector 2 from him. Just how much is Krypton going to get pole position by? Is he going to improve? Now heading through the final corner. It's going to be Milo very, very close there in P2, but it's a huge extension by Krypton there. Now nearly 4/10 of a second between him and Milo. Milo thought he'd done so well to get himself up there, and yeah, he's done very well in comparison to the rest of the pack. But Krypton, what a lap. Stiggy there moving up 1/4 of a second into P7. De Mortson through next by the looks of it. There goes Mercedes through. I'm pretty sure that's Captain there into P10. De Mortson next through for the Alfa Romeo. Round the final corner, it's P9 for him. Next driver through. Suarez isn't running. Is it Luca? It is Luca, but he is invalidated. So I think with that, it's Tosma Salad. Here he goes. It is going to stay P17 by about half a second. And I've got to say, if it wasn't for Krypton, we'd have a very, very close qualifying. But oh my God, what a lap.
Good lap, very good lap. We kept it clean. When others around him didn't, but the standout performer, Milo GB. In P2, splitting the championship protagonist. Down one position each. I think Chissy was the lowest one out there. But all 4 are together on those 2, on those 3. No, yeah, those 2 and 3. They are all together. Maybe some carnage ensues, but we will see. So it is Krypton, the German, potentially on pole ahead of the rest of the world, Milo, with the Dutchman Donique and the Scotsman Twisted in P4. The Panaman Suarez from the Dutchman Chissy in P5 and 6. Stiggy, Miko Istra, D-Mots, Defravan, Capitan, Bundex, Luca, Wombat. If I can scroll down, Pauli, Tom, Tosma Salad, Yanis Lewis and G-Mac did not complete a time because they both retired very early on Carter.
You've nicked my job. Outrageous. And with that outrage, please enjoy a word. Welcome back. We've got just 3 seconds till we get ourselves underway. Let's go for the Mexican Grand Prix. 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights, and we are off. And it's Krypton with a very good start. And the Aston Martin's had an absolutely horrible start there as Twisted gets himself up into P2 comfortably. Then he's going to have a drag race with the AlphaTauri down into turn 1. The Aston Martin switching to the inside line, and the AlphaTauri with unbelievable straight line speed there. Donique is going to launch himself into turn 1 there, and I'm pretty sure, is he going to have it? No, the Alpine inside line. Now the inside line for the AlphaTauri. He is going to keep it, but the switchback for Krypton now, and it's going to be another drag race down into the next set of corners with the McLaren just behind as well. He's going to want to be going for it. Donique's going to have the inside line here, and he is going to keep it, but the Alpine keeps himself in this. He's going to have inside line here, and that opens the door a little bit for the McLaren, who is going to stay behind for now. He's going to attack a little bit on Donique, but Donique does just about manage to escape. It's a Krypton getting away with murder there as he's just narrowly kept P1 through that section. Donique P2, Twisted P3, Shissy P4, possibly P5 in a second, because Mika right on the back of that Alpine in the Williams. He's going to go into the inside, launch one down the inside. Beautiful little move there. Fastest sector 2 time for the Williams as of right now. And that is P4 for Mika. Stiggy remains in P6. And with that, what happened down the middle of the pack? Jay Tyler.
Do you know what? I feel like Suarez had a very poor start in the getaway. And then he just dropped down. Made a mistake in turn 1, dropped down, and he go down into P13. Milo spun it out turn 4. And it's just been all battles here. It's Defra Van actually on the back of Capitan. You look down the inside, it's been great stuff from Defra Van, the Aston Martin. Capitan going around the outside, down the inside, a switchback potentially on. He blocks it, goes a bit wide, probably a warning track limits, track limit infractions there as well. But Nico's Hokistra quicker than much. He was
Demorts out.
Be a safety car because it's on the back straight. It's on the back straight.
Full yellow safety car.
But I was going to say, Miko Istra is a lot more quicker than the guys around him, because only him and Toss Myself, who's up into P10 from P17, have gone for the medium compound tyres. Which I believe the hard mediums is actually slower than the medium hards on this track. So, interesting strategy there.
Yeah, well, pretty much everybody's decided to go for that hard mediums. Mika obviously showing very good pace on those medium tyres. They're looking to be a lot faster. Obviously, Toss My Salad as well, up to P10, as you said. Great little run for him. And Steve managed to get himself past Shissy there as Capitine and Darth Revan were having a good scrap. And we will reset, and I doubt anybody will come into the pits, as Krypton did fake it a little bit. But no, everybody's going to stay out by the looks of it. Unless you've got damage, there's no real point as of right now, because you're still going to have to pit again. Maybe if you were the McLaren, I guess. G-Mac, by the way, is... No, he's going awfully slowly, but there we go. He gets himself back underway. As Suarez was a man that did come into the pit lane to switch his front wing, unsurprisingly. So there we go. There goes the Ferrari. He is currently P18. Pretty good start to the race then.
Yeah, he just had a moment. I didn't really see what happened. I know he had a ring damage, but I knew he had a bit of a poor first couple of corners. But yeah, wing damage then. Poor start from the man who's probably the outsider in this championship. But what the hell's Krypton doing? Is he trying to do this Hamilton overtake the safety car?
I don't know.
That was weird. Cut the corner as well. So is that a warning for him? No, okay, it's different, isn't it? That warning, but yeah, interesting lap and a half we had there.
Yeah, very much so. We'll get ourselves ready to get underway. It'll probably be next lap. Yes, it will, as we now run into sector 3. Usually it lets you know right at the start of sector 3, so keep your eyes out for that.
It's when the back guy catches up. So it can come in. So if he catches up, let's say, not now, but even after, let's say he catches up in the same section, it'll come in. Sometimes it's very late like that.
Really throw you off your tracks.
It's going to be next lap then for the man in P1 to get going. I wonder where he'll peg it. I wonder where he'll,
Yeah.
go.
Well, we've already seen that Donique has got an amazing straight line speed here. So if Donique guesses correctly and stays really anywhere near that Alpine, rest assured that move is going to happen into turn one, as Revan and Captain just switching positions there for a moment. But yeah, I think Krypton's going to have a really good start here if he wants to stay protected in P1 and possibly put then the pressure on Donique to keep himself protected against Twisted, possibly. But, I mean, other than that, Donique, we've already seen that straight line speed from turn one and down into the next section. It would not surprise me in the slightest if we see a move into turn one.
Yeah, definitely not. It's gonna be a very interesting restart, but Donny obviously quick on the straight, but quick and very adding better in the corners. So it's gonna be an interesting restart. You've got Miko Hagita on the medium compound tires as well, giving them more grip than these guys, giving them to warm up the tires quicker as well. I say Suarez will come through the field. He's also on medium, and so comes in this lap. And Tosman's tires, I believe, might make up some position, but I don't think Chissy will be happy knowing that Twister and Donique are chasing down the title for the second and third. He'll be slightly happy that Suarez is down in P18 now to get through the slower guys of the field.
Yes, well, at the moment, Shissy's only got 1 point up at the top, and this is going to really hurt him if he remains in P6 with, as you say, Twisted, especially in P2 just a point behind.
He's gone.
He's gone very, very early, which interestingly leaves Donique with loads of time to catch up.
He backed off on the straight a little bit there. That was weird. Just to get past Figgy, so Figgy must have had a poor restart. No, 6 tenths down, so must have been. Here we go then. Into turn 1, 2 and 3. Pretty
calm, and Mika did try and go on it on Twisted, but get knocked slightly, and there goes round the McLaren, who makes a little bit of contact with Shissy, but he manages to keep himself going. I don't know whether he would have picked up any damage from that though, but that is Shissy up into P3 already, and Donique, as of right now, keeping himself very close to the back of Krypton. But yeah, Shissy just about making it out alive there. He was very nearly taken out with the McLaren, but he's just about kept it in a straight line. Just not sure if there is any damage on that front wing.
Did he spin Shissy round?
Oh, there's the other Alpine. That's Krypton round. Donique. Yeah, Krypton's round. That means Donique leads Mexico Grand Prix. The man who we thought was going to be unbelievably quick and absolutely run away with this has spun it, and he's now all the way down in P14. So he's got a lot of work to do if he wants to pull anything back from this race. But this gives Shissy a brilliant opportunity to get himself into a really strong position with Twisted in P13. And here comes Mika on the medium tyres. This man has been unbelievably fast off of this start of the race on those medium tyres. He's up 6 places as of right now. But he's actually been beaten by Mighty Wombat and Toss My Salad, who are both up 9 places. So really big wins for them and really big losses for Krypton and Milo, down 13 places, and Suarez down 11.
Did Twisted and Chissy come together, or did just Twisted not want the tyres? Well, except for the tyres to be warmed up, and they weren't. And that's maybe why Krypton went round as well. But also Chissy will now be pleased to see that the man who's closest to him is down in P12, not scoring. But again, those curves around this S section are deadly. You don't want to ride them too much. Miko Hogisha has probably found out, probably put a warning there. But yeah, DRS will be enabled too, but he's burning all the DRS to stay within the DRS. But Miko looks quick on those mediums.
Yeah, so I thought I'd just give it a little re-watch. So on board with I was on board with Shissy at the okay, that's prior to it occurring. So Mika and Twisted have a little collision, and then it is completely on his own. Twisted.
Another safety car.
Another safety car out.
Lucas crashed out at the stadium section, so the DRS is enabled. Donique has spared his P1 position.
Also, everybody's come through before, so we've got no changes of positions, obviously, safety car, but no pit stops as well, because I'm pretty sure everybody was already past the pit stops when that came out. Just be rewatching that incident with Twisted, and it is completely on his own.
Oh my
he's
word, the
spun
safety
himself.
car. Jesus, Lord have mercy. Glad Island doesn't need taking out Suarez. Jeez Louise. Well, that was close. But Donique leads again, like he did in Baku. Like he dominated that race in Baku.
He's doing not too bad for himself, is he, Donny?
No, he's not. He's 15 years of age, which scares me.
Oh,
but
God.
he's doing very well. Very, very well. It does scare me the fact he's born in 2008 and he's 15.
Yeah, obviously he's picked up two race wins this season so far. Austria and Baku, as we mentioned. Not only that, he did pick up fastest lap and pole position in Baku. That was a really good race for him. He didn't have a very good race in China.
Oh, he's in. Oh, no, he's not. See, I've been baited. Well, I was gonna say, your league racing peak is when you're 14, 15, because I won a championship at 14 in PSGL. I haven't got anywhere near one since. So toss my tires in for the hard combat tires. They don't last. The next thing Twisted are in. Is there going to be some alternative strategies coming into play here?
Well, you'd
gonna
like
come
to
from
think
medium.
with Twisted and Krypton being so far down, you've got to try something, because if you stay on the same strategy, you aren't going to catch up to the front runners. You've got to try something alternate and just hope that it pulls off, because I can't lie, if you're sticking on the same strategy, it's just not going to stick, really. You're going to stay...
And the mediums...
You're going to stay maybe in the middle of the pack, but I doubt you get up to the front.
They can last about 15 laps, so it's at lap 23 and go on to another set of mediums. So hard mediums, so go on the faster tyre, you'll be fine. But all these guys, all of them are going to be on medium compound tyres, so they're not going to have that much of a benefit going into her last couple of laps of the race. But the undercut can work around here. We've seen it work before, we can see it work again. But the safety car will probably come in this lap, maybe depending on what GMAC can do. But no, probably next lap now. But as we come into the baseball stadium very soon, it's going to be another safety car restart that will probably cause more mayhem, because we know how quick Mika is in the corners. He's rapid.
Those medium tyres are showing some serious pace through these corners.
It's like in China as well, the old hard mediums are the better option. So this is going to be...
They will go for another lap by the looks of it. Yeah, definitely going for another lap.
I found it weird though, because obviously the reason Donique was where he was because Krypton backed off halfway down the straight for some reason. Maybe he slipped off the pedal.
Yeah, very plausible.
So,
or something just went wrong. Not difficult to sort of guess what could have happened to cause that, but there we go. It did happen, and as of right now, I mean, he's safe nevertheless. He could have taken the lead of the race and then had Krypton go spinning, but nevertheless, he's still in P1 either way. And Beaker as well, really showing some speed. Race pace is looking really good right now against these hard drivers. Even if he can get himself up into a strong position and then maybe lose a couple and go back down to P4 or something, that's still a really good result for him. As that is Jonas Lewis round during the safety car. He's just lost a couple of positions. He's just gained one back from Toss My Salad, but I'm not sure whether he'll get the Suarez one back. He is allowed.
Probably not.
No, he's not.
No.
Right.
Here we go then. Maybe. Probably. I'm assuming so. Yeah. Here we go.
Very much hope so.
I do like what G-Mac's doing though. He's stayed back so his tyres are a little bit warmer than everyone else's. That's quite smart. But where will Donique go? Did we have a safety car period in Azerbaijan? We did. And he led off and he dominated from there. As all Chessy wants at the back of Mika. I want to be careful here. AlphaTauri, Williams, Alpine, top three, with Aston Martin, Haas behind them, Merc, and then I think it's 8 different teams in the top 8 actually. Yeah, I just realised. But
It
when
is,
will
yeah.
he go? Oh, Donny! Careful. Is he going to go here?
He has.
Mika. Mika's been caught off. Chisty's been caught off massively. He has to give up position. The position has to be given up a little bit, but here we
Yeah,
go.
Darth Revan overtook before this, before we went green, before that start-finish line, so he had to give that position back up, and I think it's going to go at least 2 wide down into turn 1. Yes, it is. Darth Revan has the outside now. He's gonna, yeah, definitely has to back off there, as Mika has snuck it up into the lead of the race. We told you he was quick through the corners, and just proving it there on those medium tyres, driving really, really well. So Donique loses that position down to P2 now, as well as Shissy continuing P3, as obviously Darth Revan, he just went a little bit too early and lost that position. Unfortunately, it's just down to his timing that's caused that. Absolutely nobody else's fault. And what's happened to oh, he's lost it.
He had a great, no, it's a good save. As Marlo's round and out. Could that be another safety car? It is.
Triple yellows, it's another safety car.
I know we haven't had many safety cars in commentary together, Harvey.
Oh, it's just
Lord.
like a couple of safety cars here and there is lovely, right? But when you get back-to-back safety cars, it's just horrible.
Well, luckily this is the last one.
Are you not allowed more than 3?
I don't know
Mika's
if you
in.
can have more than 3. I think it's 3 safety cars and 3 virtuals. I'm not too sure. But wow.
So
I'm
Mika
sure
decides to
really
pit
thin.
early. Interestingly, that's going to lose him nearly every single position because all the cars are still very densely packed. Yeah, he comes out at the back of the grid on a fresh set of hard tyres. So interesting tactic played by him there.
Mixed up grid.
It's a very mixed grid. But right now, it is looking good for Shissy especially, and Donique, who's just now been re-gifted P1 because of Mika's coming into the pits. So that means that, yeah, Donique P5 at the moment. He's got NLR above him, who's no longer in the league. So those points are going to just remain the same. Next person he's looking at is Suarez, who's down in P9 at the moment. And then Twisted, P11.
Yeah. Championship contenders are all having their moments. Will Chessy and Donique have theirs? They've been consistently alright throughout the season with spinning and stuff like that. So obviously we will see what goes on. But the safety car might be in this lap. It won't be. It'll be in the next lap. But yeah, this is going to be another very interesting restart. What, lap 6 to lap 12? I think we've had. I generally think we've had about 4 laps of green flag racing. Carter. I don't think DRS has been enabled yet, has it?
I think, no, we had a very brief moment of DRS enabled and then it got disabled again.
Yeah, that was on lap 6, so we barely had 3 laps racing as Steve's trying to bait Suarez into going to the pit street there. But we've barely had 6 laps of racing.
Yeah.
3 laps of green flag racing, sorry.
Yeah, thought I'd just let you know. Shissy is currently 4 laps over fueled.
Interesting.
Which is, yeah, a surprising amount. He was just saying in F9 General, this is the worst race to have not underfueled because it's just the sheer amount of safety cars. And you can see by most drivers as of right now are all sort of +2, +3, and then Shissy +4 laps over fueled.
This is a track that depletes fuel as well, so yeah, so you're going straight for practically half a lap, if not more, 3/4 of it maybe. So yeah, I feel like he probably would have won the overfuel, but not about 4 laps. I know Sticky's on 1.07 laps. That's because he brakes in, get rid of the fuel. So, but yeah.
I think one person that not yeah, so just take this into account. Toss My Salad started the race on 0.1 additional fuel, so just 0.1 of a lap extra of fuel. He's already up to 2.7 laps of extra fuel. So yeah, huge amount of fuel saving for every driver, which will just make him a little bit more sluggish in the corners, but that is about it. as we get ourselves underway once again. It's getting a bit of deja vu off of this now, you know. Here we go.
Yeah. There we go.
Donique,
Here
for a
we go.
second time. Let's see whether he can do just as well. Let's see if he can keep himself in front this time.
He's backed up early. He's backed up early. So I don't know if he can go a little bit earlier. But yeah, he's backed the pack up a lot earlier than before. He's almost spun the car again. He's not gone. He's gone now. He's
Gone.
Full short shifting, a bit of wheel spin. And Chissy's been caught napping again.
He has been caught napping. It's just, yeah, it's going to be, I reckon, just about enough time. As there you go, Shissy just trying to get a bit of heat in his tyres, if anything. And that sort of opened the door for Darth Revan to get very up close there in P3. He's looking quite pacey through these corners as well, with a good exit by the Aston Martin. He's going to bring his front wheel up to the level with the rear. He's now going to go for the move. Down the inside he goes. Has he got it? Yes, he has. And that almost opened the doors for the Haas to try and sneak himself through. But I think he's going to stay behind just for now. But there you go. Darth Revan up into P2 with a lovely little move for him. And Twisted, 5-second time penalty for corner cutting and gaining a place.
That's harsh.
And it's a really...
Yeah,
it's a really bad corner from Shissy, which has opened the door for Mighty Wombat to get very, very close. And Darth Revan's run away a little bit. Jonas Lewis, 3 seconds. Stiggy, 3 seconds. Both multiple warnings. Sorry, you were saying about Twisted.
It's a half penalty because he got forced off by Suarez in turn 2. That's why he's having a little moment, because they were going to the barrier, but that's a very harsh penalty. And he can't get it removed because he's going to come in again. So... that's poor from the stewards there. I believe from the game. He didn't really gain a place. He lost 2, if anything. So, wow, that's poor. But that's poor from the game, to be fair. Because the game, I think, wrong. The fact he's lost positions, he's lost time, he's not gained time at all. As proper how he gets past G-Mac. A very harsh penalty there. Krypton picks up his first penalty of the evening.
Yeah, another 3 seconds. I feel like we're going to see quite a lot of them. Invalidating on a hot lap is very easy to do around this track, so it's just as easy to pick up penalties. As Donique absolutely running away with it at the moment. 1.7 seconds the gap at the moment, with Shissy in P3, just behind Darth Revan, who is in P2. Each sort of about half a second between Darth Revan, Shissy and Mighty Wombat each. And then Real Porty just slightly behind with Zartom backing up there. And the Haas as well, keeping himself pretty close. But that is where the penalties begin to start, as everybody is staying in sort of in line, in order at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, we've had no DRS until I think now. No, yeah, lap 15, we finally had DRS enabled for the first time. So on the next lap, the drivers will come round and they'll get DRS, but he's got a run on Jonas Lewis and get past him quite easily, I believe. But many PSGL enthusiasts will go back to F9 in Mexico last
Going
season.
3 wide. Sorry, we're going 3 wide into turn 1. The Mercedes, great dive bomb down the inside. The Haas loses out slightly, but could get a nice little switch back here on both drivers. He's going to have to be forced wide by the Mercedes, but not to worry. The Haas will retain P8 for now, but no, he's going to have to give the place up. But he's going to go for the dive bomb down into the left-hander. Mercedes keeps the inside for the right, and he's going to keep it again for the double right. How much an extension is it going to be? Sort of forced wide a little bit. Again, they didn't really have the opportunity to stay on track. There just wasn't enough space, and there we go. The Mercedes does eventually get himself through, but very wide there on that apex. Is he going to keep the position he is? The Haas looks so much faster through that section, but unfortunately couldn't make the most of it. He is going to make the most of it now as he launches it down the inside. These two still fighting as they go. There goes Mercedes off track for the first time. Keeps it in place nicely there. The Mercedes defending very well, and I believe, yeah, Wundex is going to keep that position. And if anything, that'll open the door for GMAC to have one down the inside of the Haas. Not quite though.
Yeah, interesting battles between the midfield. As I was saying, we'll see the championship contenders came together in Mexico, and one got a penalty for it later on in the race, and that cost him the championship later on, obviously down the season, because he actually ended up losing it by countback. because he got a penalty late on in the Grand Prix. But good move by Krypton on GMAC, and now will GMAC let his teammate go through? They hit each other. No damage though. I think GMAC might let his teammate go through here. He's got to, surely. Championship at stake. And yeah, he does. Zach Brown will be on the phone to just say, look, get him through, and he has done indeed. So Twisted up to P11, but these guys are battling hard. Don Neek is 3.1 seconds clear. He's rapid today.
I've got to say,
No mistakes.
when Donny gets a bit of space, he can take full advantage of it, can't he? We saw it in Baku 2 weeks ago, and we're seeing it again today.
Oh, I thought he went round. For a sec, I saw a yellow flag, but it was Topo Salad, his teammate, who went round. But definitely they're struggling a little bit, I think, on those tyres now. Here comes DRS part 2.
Yeah, let's see how this goes down. Obviously, we got Mighty Wombat as well up towards the top. He's sort of the closest man in those front runners, half a second to Shissy. But everybody's got DRS up at the top. They look very spaced out, but it is still a DRS train. And here we go. It's Krypton down the inside of Janice Lewis on the Haas as the Mercedes kind of gets in the way of their fight. And there goes round both of them. They both lose control of the car, and it's going to be really bad for Krypton, who loses 2 places there while Janice Lewis gets away with it, but narrowly. There we go. So Krypton is going to have a good run on the McLaren here of GMAC. Is he going to be able to launch one down the inside? No, he's not. And oh god, the McLaren getting very close there to going round, and it's a nice little switchback move here from the Alpine at the moment. Little bit of contact made. The Alpine has to correct as the back end just gets a little bit loose. So GMAC keeps P11 for now as Darth Revan picks up a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings.
Dominic's going to be extremely happy that you've seen that behind him. When will we see the first hard runner's pit? The first hard runner's pit though. Maybe might you see Defavan or Tritty just come in for a little bit of a jump to get the gap a little bit down. About 3 seconds, or Stiggy's had a little moment there. I very much doubt that 4 seconds will be capitalised on in an undercut situation. Jan Sturz picks up a penalty on the outside of the last corner. Quite a weird penalty that one, but here comes Twisted with the DRS. Lennon Lewis, no doubt after what happened in turn 1, and that'll be easy peasy, Lennon squeezy for the McLaren. Jan Lewis very violently shakes to the right. Don't think he's happy with himself there, as Windex is the highest medium runner so far, but these guys will have to pit again, and they will be praying for a safety car.
Yeah, Krypton making the most of...
Twisted. Sorry to interrupt you, Twisted at the moment, so Jan Lewis is invited back in, but I don't think he'll get the run he needs. He's going to send it down the inside. Yes, he is. Oh, there'll be contact into turn 4. But I believe this will be twisted line potentially on the outside of Janice Lewis, side by side. Brilliant racing between the two of them. I think Twisted will have this. Yes, Landis just sticks it down the inside of the section, but this is Twisted's position, and that was a battle not needed, really unnecessary battle. But Twisted wins out. If you like to continue, Carter.
Yeah, well, I was just saying Krypton had a nice run down the main straight. He's got himself back up into P11 and now back up into this fight just in front of him. With Jonas Lewis and Twisted. Also right at the top, Mighty Wombat keeping very close to the Alpine in front. Shizzy and Donny, 119.196, fastest lap of the race. And I mean, it is so fast in comparison to anybody else. Fastest time, bar that, a 119.3 from Krypton. A really good time from him, but think how quick his qualifying time was. And then also think about the next fastest time of a Stiggy, 119.9. That's fast.
It's fast. It's that on 18 lap hold hard. Yeah, no, the effect is done. If bearing a mistake, I think Dominique has got this one, in my opinion. But yeah, he's just calm, collected here, not pushing too hard. Doesn't need to push too hard, otherwise he will be out of the Grand Prix. But yeah, I think this race is done and dusted. I think it's about for P2 and see how many points Chissy can maximise out of the Grand Prix now.
Yeah, well, at the moment, he's just about keeping within DRS range of Darth Revan, but he just can't quite get close enough to go for a move. Only problem is, though, he's got a lot more pressure from the rear. Mighty Wombat is keeping so close to Shizzy, nearly the entire lap. only really on this exit that he's sort of losing a bit of time, which he then just claws back down really quickly. So there you go, 3/10 already. Real Porty as well, just within the second of these runners, but I think they'll probably break free soonish and sort of leave the rest of the pack. So that'll be those three: Dark Revan, Jissy, and Mighty Wombat. And Donique nearly 6 seconds in front of Dark Revan at the moment, absolutely running away with it.
You could say running away with that. Honestly, it's more like utter domination. I can back you. I feel like he's probably the quickest driver here on the grid. He just hasn't had the chance to show it really, minus back you. But I read we saw it as well. But a 15-year-old who's this quick is special. Special.
Yeah. I can do nothing but agree, to be honest with you. It is very impressive time to me. Toss my salad, 119 dead, I believe I saw that as. Yeah, 119 dead, just very close to this 10th margin though. But I mean, he's on fresh medium tyres compared to Donique's 18 lap old hards when he set that time. It's not exactly comparable, is it?
Nah. When you're on 18 lap old hards, you're going to be going probably for a second so, and you'll still set it back to laps. Yeah, no. This race is done. As I said before, Azar Tom will come to the pit.
Yeah, so he is the first of those. Yeah, he's having a decent little race actually. He's the first of those hard drivers to go for the pit stop onto the medium tyres. But that is still the top 6, all on those 20 lap old hards tyres. Everybody below that, pretty much other than Janus Lewis, has pit already, whether it's a safety car or whether it's for damage. So it's a matter of when do people pit? Because I mean, there you go, Stiggy 3-second time penalty, and he is the man. Obviously on that cut-off with Tisted just behind in P7. 13 lap old medium tyres. Problem is though, they're not going to last the race, are they? He's going to have to pit again.
No, they're not. They'll probably pit lap 4ish, but lap 4, lap 24ish, I say, but. We will see. Obviously, another safety car could spring this race into life. So, yeah, I think.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, unless Donique has an absolute nightmare and spins it or something, as he's now gearing up for 7 seconds.
And Pauldy and Stiggy, all in.
So there you go.
3rd, 4th, and 6th.
Mighty Wombat, fed up of sitting behind Shissy, he's going to go for the undercut on him. Hopefully that pulls off for his sake. He's been trailing that car for so long and keeping it so close. It would not. No, they stay in position. They are very close to each other. Shows you just how competitive this sort of front of the field is. Bar Donique now 7 seconds in front of anybody else. Suarez 118.8.
Tom's car, the perfect position. This is going to be brilliant. Cold tires versus warm tires. Let's see. Tom's going to want to get past them all.
Around the outside. Beautiful little move there as he just about gets it done on Real Porties. That's a great little move for him. And here comes the Alfa Romeo as well. Stiggy, he gets himself up into P13, easy as can be. But running very wide through that corner. He's just going to hold it together. Whether Ferrari will be able to go for a late lunge, no. The Alfa Romeo keeps P13 for now. But Zara Tom, what a great little move from him.
Yeah, I was going to say, also, the warm tyres, you can generate more grip than the ones in the car. With Desperate Van's going to come in now. It won't be an undercut. He was up on his time, to be fair, but it won't be an undercut. It will just be a... Let's see if I can get the gap down a little bit. Donique probably can
twist it in.
These tires to the soft.
So there you go. There's our first medium runner in Twisted, as Jonas Lewis also coming in. So that's that other hard runner. So it's now just Donique and Shissy. And speaking of Donique, I think we have a bit of a fan, a Donique fan in chat, because Donique next Max Verstappen. I mean, he's the right age. So long as he gets into Formula One next year. Verstappen started when he was like 16 or something. 17. As long as he gets there soon.
He won't be allowed to start at 17 because of the new rule with the 18 against F1. The Max Verstappen rule. People call it Chris is coming us out in P15, but there's so much battling going on up front in the midfield. It's amazing.
Absolute chaos. As there's
There's
Darth
Death and
Revan.
Mighty Wombat battling away.
Yeah, it's a good little fight. I've just been watching. It's going round the outside for the Aston Martin. But is he going to be able to hold the position?
No.
No, he doesn't quite. The Haas does get that position eventually. Is Wundex and Krypton also fighting up in P3 as Krypton managed to get himself past there. Real Paudy in front of Stiggy now as Shissy comes in. So this is important for Mighty Wombat. Can he get himself in front? Obviously, we know those two have been fighting for a long time. So let's see whether he can get it done. I imagine the car will be leaving the pit lane very soon. Yes, he is.
Nah, exiting now. So down the back straight, here we go.
It's going to be a drag race. Mighty Wombat's got it, I think. He's got it.
He's got it just.
And I think Darth Revan might just sneak this. Oh, the pace from the Aston Martin there as he launched himself down into turn 1. But I think, no, the Aston Martin has got a brilliant run here and he has managed to seal the deal. Unbelievable pace from Darth Revan there as he secures P5.
Yeah, that was mental. The way he just moved across and just sounded and avoid contact. I'm wondering if Donnie stretched these hard to soft. Is he trying to stretch them to soft?
It's a push, but it's plausible. If he can stay on them for another sort of 2-3 laps.
He's in. Oh, he's got the pit lane entry though. He's got the pit lane entry, not a peak. No, but it is going to be a medium compound tyre selection for him. I'm wondering, they won't get out ahead of him, will they? Surely not.
I highly doubt so. Wundex gets through. Mika also gets through. And there goes Donick, and Captain is going to get through.
G-Mac has no front wing, by the way.
Does he not? Oh, dear.
No.
Oh, yeah, no, he doesn't.
The tyres. But they've closed the gap down a little bit. Not by much, but a little bit. Oh, my lord. There's Suarez and Janis Lewis are battling away here for P11, the bogey position that no one really wants to be in anymore. And he's going to get the move done on the outside. Try to look for cutback maybe? No. It's all done and dusted, that move there. There's a lot of battling here, isn't there, in the midfield?
Yeah, I mean,
such a good track.
So scrappy, this track. We see lots of late lunges, lots of dive bombs, as we've already seen. So just looking ahead, obviously we've got Captain, Mika and Wundex. All three drivers aren't going to make it on those tyres. There's another 12 laps to go. So they'll be absolutely fine. Donik's already right on the back of Captain. So he'll be getting himself through in a second.
He's absolutely wrenching the car through the F section. It's unbelievable how much grip he has. But he'll be getting past.
And it's just a lovely exit out of, lovely exit out of the final corner. As he will pick up DRS there and just walk away from the Mercedes. No real struggle there. So that's Donny up into P3 for now. As Krypton.
Mika's going to the end. Mika's going to the end on these tyres.
Can he?
Yes.
Well, he's got to try and now keep a gap of 1.5 seconds to Donique if he wants to win this.
No, it's not going to happen.
I mean, it's not going to happen, but it's there. It could happen, in theory.
Suarez and Chris are going to get back. Championship rivals are going to battle away here. They've come together to blows already once this race. Of course, Chris has had a penalty and a place down here. And I think Chris will have the move done. But Suarez will also have DRS. It's going to be not over yet. Down the inside? No.
Thinks better of it.
There. And that move is done as Donique's just closed in massively on Mika.
I mean, Donique's pace at the moment is just unbelievable. 1.1 seconds faster.
It's going to be a 17. It's going to be a 17.
He's currently running a 19.1. So, yes, at the moment, he might just dip into the 17. At the moment,
17.7 or 17.6.
Fastest is Krypton, 118 dead. Let's see what he gets. A 117.694.
Oh my lord.
That is.
He's 1 second off.
Qualifying time. It's a second off of quality time.
And he's got DRS, so he's got DRS from practically the whole track now. So he's gonna need to improve it even more. Oh Lord, Death Van, is he gonna look on Mighty Wombat? Yes he is. He's got massive fair on speed. down the inside, turn one, move down easy as you like. Donique on Mika, he's just, he's kind of massively, Mika's not going to fight that, surely not.
No. Poor choice to try and fight that, so it's a good decision for him. Save the tyres a little bit. Wundex as well, now under pressure from the AlphaTauri, a raging AlphaTauri as well, as he comes through sector 2, and just look at the way that he's moving the car through that corner. He's actually had to back off there through that corner without a doubt, as he has got DRS wide open, but he isn't able to make a move as the Williams breaks a little bit too late there and loses some time. But just look at how close he gets through these tight and weaving corners, and it's just an unbelievable amount of corner speed as now he goes onto the front straight, and there we go, DRS now open, and just look at the speed of that car as it just walks into the distance. The AlphaTauri gets himself back up into P1. It's lap 28 of 36, and Donique is once again in the lead of the race.
Slow your car down, Donique. Put a restrictor plate in it or something. Oh my lord. Rapido, they'll say in Spanish and here in Mexico. That's incredible. The pace he has. We need a late race safety car to really just decide this race, don't we?
Just to, you know, throw a spanner in the works.
Death battle away, by the way. Again, into the little snaily 5 and 6 and 7, sorry. And Chissy, I think Chissy will. This will be a provisional P2, so Chissy just needs to limit the damage that Donique's going to inflict on him. Oh, hang on, Mika and Hustruka and Mundex are coming together here. 2 seconds already. This lap alone.
It's just funny at this point. It's just unbelievably fast. It's now nearly 3.
Oh my Jesus, he's actually on fire.
1:17.6.
He was 3.3 seconds a lap faster than Mundex at that.
That is unbelievable. Mika's managed to get himself in front of Wundex there.
It's not going to mean anything.
I mean, Wundex will have to pit, so Mika... You know what? Mika might still be able to secure P2 here, because Mighty Wombat is sort of the next closest car with Darth Revan. Darth Revan!
They touched! Turn 2, they touched, and Darth Revan went round. And now Chick at the moment has a chance to overtake Mighty Wombat. That's probably happening at some point. Battling so hard, Krypton gets past Tom as well. I feel like a horse racing commentator because I'm going so fast.
Well, that puts Shissy in a really nice position here, as now Wundex and Kappa Team will probably have to pit at some point. I really don't think that they can make it on those tyres, and if they do, they're going to be absolutely destroyed and unbearably slow, as Wundex loses that position there to Kappa Team, which leads me to believe that he lost the car. He did actually lose the car. That was the yellow flag. Wundex down to P6 as of right now. Kappa Team, 4.5 seconds.
Good move, maybe? Maybe? The next is in anyway, but good move, yeah. So Krypton into P6 then.
And Wundex.
Oh my lord.
Wundex.
4 seconds.
We'll say it's just so quick, isn't it?
I feel like though, it's going to be something. I can feel it. Something's going to happen late race.
I mean, we'd absolutely love it, wouldn't we?
Not really, not if Donique.
Well, not if it's Donique. Donique won't particularly like it. I mean, Shissy at the moment, he's got 2 seconds.
Is there rain coming?
It is a little cloudy, isn't it? There's still some sun there.
Death of Alan, Stigger battling away here again for P10. Oh, Death of Alan, sidepod glitch, left for 20 happening there. And it's going to be Stiggy at P9 for now, but obviously penalties will play into this. Stiggy, Dennis has got 21 seconds left penalties. He's got 7 penalties. Jesus. And Stiggy's got 9 seconds. So
Krypton on 12 as well.
Krista will be coming P9. And Krypton's got 12, so he'll be coming P8.
Nice little bonus for him then, isn't it? Shissy catching rapidly to the back of Captain here, so he might get this move done and get himself into a podium position. By the end of this lap, he has got DRS now as he'll begin to catch the Mercedes. But after that, Mika is 7 seconds up the road. And then 5 seconds up the road is Donique. So Shissy can, I mean, he might just be able to scrape a P2 here if Mika has an absolute nightmare of a couple of laps. But I really can't see it happening. I think Shissy might just have to settle for P3 here, as I believe Mighty Wombat will also be wanting the exact same position, just under half a second behind the Alpine, as they're just getting very, very close. Mercedes holding them up definitely there on very old tyres. We now head into Sector 2, where those old tyres are going to really show that they're much, much slower. The Haas just trying to sit back a little bit and trying to capitalise on the Alpine having to go slightly slower, and he is going to do just that. A brilliant little initiative there by the Haas, but he's going to get stuck behind the Mercedes in position there. So he's going to lose the place again in the Alpine. Shissy keeps P4 for now. Whether the Haas can do the same as Krypton now begins to join the pack, but with 12 seconds of time penalties, he's not exactly a threat to the positions. So there goes the Alpine just to the inside there for a moment, goes back to the racing line. Gets a lovely toe on the Mercedes and does begin to pull to the outside and now pull away. So Shissy up into P3 with Mighty Wombat remaining in P5 for now. He'll want to just get past the Mercedes as soon as he can. Captain is much, much slower than these boys. He's got 10 lap older medium tyres than Mighty Wombat, but Mighty Wombat, I don't think he's going to be able to make the move here. No, he's going to have to stay behind for another couple of corners. I think Mighty Wombat struggling for the overtake here. Yeah, he is. He really is struggling to get this move done, and he'll want to get it done before this section, but he's not going to. This is going to really hurt Wombat, I feel. Father, are you alive? Jack? I think Jack's dead. Oh, he's on mute. Don't know where he's gone. Right, okay, I'll keep talking then. Right, Mighty Wombat is keeping it close with Krypton even closer. These three now are looking so close to one another. As Shissy already beginning to walk away with this. 1.8 seconds that gap now. 1.9, and here we go. The Haas is going to get his opportunity now to go for the move down the inside with all the DRS in the world, and it's going to be such a task for Mighty Wombat now to catch up with. Oh, Jack Tyler's left the call. Right, just me now for a little bit. Trying to figure out what went wrong with him. I'll get my. Oh, he's back. Hello.
Hello, hang on, give me a second.
All right. Right, Krypton has.
Now.
Yeah, you good?
I think so.
Right, for you. Where'd you go? Oh, triple yellow, safety car.
Oh!
Ah, there's GMAC.
Migo, can you hang on? Is he back? Oh no, I thought Top Tyler was. Okay, I thought pit was off. I don't know what happened. You know, I think my mic just cut. Is he pitting? Yes, he is. Oh no, he's not. He's not pitting.
He's faked it.
Mika, go into the pits. Mika, go into the pits.
I think Mika's got a pit, hasn't he? He stayed out.
What's he doing?
That's such a bold call. Is Shissy going to pit?
Pit. Why did he not pin?
Nope. Decided against it. No, I don't think so.
He pit for softs. Oh no, the track position.
Track position is vital here, yeah.
There you go. These are the right mind. Soft. And what the hell? That you can you can't say that. But yeah, I don't know what happened to my mic. It just cut out and Anyway, why is me Dogistra not pit on 23 Apple cards?
I mean,
he was in P2. He was in Oh.
Do you know the thing is though, we're gonna have like a lap of racing. So long as he can keep it behind for a lap, which is plausible, he might just be able to pull that off. Track position all of a sudden isn't
it will
quite.
Come in this lap. It comes in this lap.
But, I mean, Donique is the only driver up there at the moment. A couple of other drivers will probably join. It might come in.
It comes in this lap.
It is coming in this lap. So we'll have 2 laps of racing.
We'll have 2 laps of racing. Mika and Keisha's on 24.5 hours. There's no cut to say. So if he gets him on the straight, then the scenes. Not everyone can recover ERS. But here we go. Here we go.
Right, 2 laps of racing. We are going to have Donique loses all 11 seconds that he's built up to everybody else as Wundex retires from the session at the Sector 2 S's. And there goes the AlphaTauri. He is going to get a half-decent launch here. And so is Mika. He's just going to have enough here, I think, to protect himself against the Alpine. The AlphaTauri is losing time by the moment, but it's just not enough time to really go for the send. So no, Mika is going to have to remain P2 for now. Donique holds P1. Shissy keeps his position along with Mighty Wombat, along with Krypton, who gets a little Larry out of the exit of the corner. But that's nothing to be worried about as there Shissy just tries to go around the outside. Doesn't quite pull it off as he's now right on the back of the Williams gearbox there. Now running through to the double right-hander. Is going to hold position. Yeah, pretty much everybody. There's just not enough time to get any sort of momentum to go for a move around there. Yellow flag, sector 1 and 2. I'm pretty sure that is an Alfa Romeo going slowly. That is Stiggy going slow. And you can just see Shissy keeping on the back of the medium tyre there. But I had to back off a little bit for a poor corner. And that is going to open the door for the Haas and the other Alpine to go for a move. But no, both don't go for it as Shissy just about makes that corner, and Mighty Wombat has an absolutely horrible corner, and that's opened the door for the other Alpine of Krypton to go down the inside. And oh, brilliant little move there by the Aston Martin, try and get it, and oh, there goes the Haas, and that's going to take him out of the race. He's just about kept it going. Twisted gets himself up into a really solid position here. Mika P2 at the moment with 3 seconds of time penalties. Check the gap to leader. What is going on here? Yeah, Twisted is going to be.
2 warnings, by the way.
Donique has 2 warnings, so he's just got to hold it off for this lap. So long as he doesn't pick up a penalty, he is okay. Shissy looking really strong at the moment for P2. He's just not got that gap. Mika is just nowhere near out in front enough to try and hold a podium position for now. Unless Twisted has an absolute mare, I can pretty much only see this going to Twisted, which is an unbelievable comeback for him. Something that he desperately needed to keep himself within this. Somehow Twisted is going to come out as they go. Toss my salad, fastest lap of the race. Donique coming through the S's, does so nicely. Stiggy 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings. I mean, this man has absolutely dominated for pretty much the entirety of the race, hasn't he? Donique coming through into the second to last braking zone of the lap. The fireworks beginning to set off as Donique rounds the final corner. He keeps the grip down. It's another win for the AlphaTauri. Donique wins here as Shissy moves up to P2 and Twisted up to P3, which is unbelievable for the championship fight. Shissy and Twisted P1 and P2, a point splits them, and they finish P2 and P3 today. As Mika comes across P4 with a brilliant alternate strategy and an all-round fantastic race from him. And the 2 Ferraris, P5 and 6 as well. That'll be a nice little day out for them. And Mighty Wombat after that absolute horror of a restart comes P7. Darth Revan P8, Zartom P9, Krypton P10, the other AlphaTauri with Captain P11, Stiggy P12, Jonas Lewis. Not finished yet, but by the looks of it, P13. Although he might just about.
P14.
No, it'll be P14. There it is. P14 for Jonas Lewis. Toss my salad, P13, who's very much DNF'd. But there we go. A brilliant win for Donique and just more chaos for the championship fight.
No need. There was just no. How on earth, right? Has Twisted, who is in P11 on lap 434 or something like that, got himself into P3. That's mad. But fair play to him. He limits the damage as well himself. So does Chitty. But these 3 are going to have one hell of a title fight, I feel.
Oh, it is. It's pretty spectacular, to say the least, isn't it? Donique currently was P5 in the championship for AlphaTauri. He's a solid 18 points off of the gap to first. So he's going to have one hell of a comeback if he wants to get himself involved in this. But if he can keep producing races like that to the end of the season, we haven't got many races left. But it is still, I imagine, feasibly possible. Look, we've got Hungary, Saudi Arabia and Brazil to go. Other than that, what a race.
What a race. Mexico provides. Hungary next week probably won't provide because it's Hungary. But we both will be there no matter what.
Yeah, it's a technically difficult challenge. That is just not a sentence, but it's a difficult race. Tosma Salad with the fastest lap of 17.2 on those soft tyres. Donique 17.6 on the mediums. I mean, Donique really just blitzed the pack to show that a set of fresh softs was what needed to beat him, and not even by that much. It's only, you know, nearly just over 0.3 of a second. It's impressive.
Yeah, it's impressive. You know, he's good. He's a good driver. He's quick.
Oh God. Well, there you go. That was the Mexican Grand Prix, and I've got to say, an absolutely lovely Grand Prix to watch and commentate over.
Yeah, it was a good race. Very, very controversial, maybe potentially, as the two of the drivers' championship colliders potentially collided. But yeah, I feel like there's gonna be some controversy soon. There's gonna be some controversy soon. There has to be.
Something has to happen.
Drivers are just gonna.
Something has to happen, surely.
If we come into Brazil and they're level on points, they just all go for it. That'll be incredible. But yeah, it was a good race.
It was.
Very good race.
A lovely little race. And I think with that, I think we should round out, you know.
Go on then.
Well, on behalf of PSGL and GT Omega, 5% off, code PSGL. You thought I'd forget? Absolutely not. Thank you all very much for watching. I've been the Characteristics. He's been Jay Tyler. Good night.
This broadcast